Welcome to another big day at MG. Continuing to work along on the big Ford Escape project here. Got the engine pretty much in here. I'm just about ready to get some coolant in it. Check for leaks. As you can see, if you're not familiar with this vehicle, they have quite a mess of hoses to deal with. One of the things I wanted to talk about was this hose right here. This hose hooks to your degas bottle right here. You can see the replacement hose I put on there. So this hose wasn't terrible. I mean, I could have used it, but it just squeezed pretty thin. This isn't a tear, that's a notch they put in there at the factory to you line it up with a little blade on the degas bottle. But at any rate, I didn't really want to use this hose, but the problem, and I don't know if you can tell so well in this video, is that this is an adapter hose. So it's 3/4 on this end and 7/8 on this end. I thought about replacing it from Ford, but unfortunately they don't sell this hose. This hose is part of this greater assembly. It's got a T there, got a T in here, goes down in there. It's a big hose assembly, and I think it's one of the most expensive ones. It's like $165 or something from Ford. I could have bought it a little bit less, but it was still too much. So at any rate, I got searching around Amazon, and I found this here hose here. I can't reach it now. Can't read it now. I should have paid attention. I believe it's HPS. It's called. This is a 1922 millimeter 45 degree adapter elbow, which is basically the same as 3/4 and 7/8. So that fit up with what I need. This thing was much longer. It was about 1 foot long. I cut both ends off, and it seemed to fit in there quite nicely. Hopefully when we put coolant in, everything will be copacetic. As you can see, I still got these two little lines on the degas bottle to hook up. So I had to buy some clamps for this hose as well. That blue hose is a silicone hose, and I didn't have any of those kind of clamps. They need a special clamp. I've always just called them a breeze clamp or a shielded clamp, so bought these on Amazon too. This was about, I don't know, 10, 12 bucks for a box of 10. And if you didn't know, the special thing about them is this shield. See how you got the focus? You got the little serrations or little holes there that the worm screw engages. And on a regular clamp, these are exposed to the hose, and it kind of pinches the hose up into those holes a little bit, but with a silicone hose, it'll like extrude it right through there. So you have to use this clamp here, which has this little extra, see my finger on it, this little extra shield right there that just protects the silicone hose. So I say I got about, I don't know, 10 bucks in the hose, like 12 in the box of clamps. I think it was 24, 25 bucks from Amazon for the whole deal. You might also notice this shiny new degas bottle here. I had to buy that because, go over here and look at my original one. It's got some cracks. I guess it's fairly common. I don't know how well you can see. There we go. In this lighting, you can see them. I don't think it was leaking, but I wasn't going to run it like that, so I bought a new one. It was about, I don't know, $38, something like that. The only thing I don't like is I was hoping the newer one would have been redesigned with a different fill spot, because you can't tell right now because the cowl's off, but if you're familiar with these Escapes, when the cowl's on, the cowl goes to about here. So the fill for the coolant is actually underneath the cowl. So if you want to fill them, you got to use some kind of, you either need a special offset funnel, or you need to buy, I make a little sluice. I don't think I have it here. I take a McDonald's cup, and I plastic large McDonald's cup, and kind of cut it in half the long way, so it makes kind of a semicircular, like a gutter, and then I can hold it in here and it slides it over. But I believe some of the, this is a 13 escape, I believe some of the newer ones, like a 17, have a different shaped degas bottle, so you can actually fill it without having to reach underneath the cowl. Probably I should have looked into that to see if maybe I could order the part number degas bottle for a 2017 and try to make it work. But as you see, it's got three connections that hook to it, so that could have been a problem or a bit of a hassle to make it work. But it's done now, so I'll deal with it. You see, it's got no cap. I'll take the cap off the other one. So yeah, after quite a bit of messing around with this fun project, you can't really see any of the clean bits very well, but that is a new Ford service engine, and there's also a remanufactured transmission down in there. So I'll keep going along, try to get some coolant in today, and we'll keep you posted. Thanks.